The first rule of Fight Club. So we did not talk about Fight Club. Bro, I was chilling like a villain. In my Chevy Impala. Gosh. And the shit went down. What went down? It's going down tonight. Alright, I just want to know what Jesus would do. What do you do, Jesus? What was I supposed to do? Where was I at? What am I doing? What just happened? Oh, God. I am Lilith reincarnated. Let's just leave it at that. Whoop-de-whoop. High Priestess Phoenix. Go fuck yourself. I'm having a Fight Club moment. And that was what I was laughing about. I was like, dude, I totally reenacted that fucking scene in my last video. I made a scene, but it wasn't mine. We've seen this scene before. And I was laughing to myself. I was like, bro, these movies and this music and all of this was made for me to go hard, bro. Like, it's like, you got it. You got this. Anyways, I got out of my car, bro. It was kind of chilly. For the first time all day, I wasn't sitting outside under my tree where I always sit every day. I got out of my car, and right behind my car, parked in front of my tree where I always sit every day, was what? What do you think it was, guys? Who's keeping up with the fucking flow of the bullshit? Yes, it was. He parked right in front of my tree. I was like, oh my God. Was he in there? He could have been. That's why I just walked by. He's a creepo people. He did that on purpose. You fucking snake. Alright, here's the thing. First off, I didn't turn in my complaint yesterday, so this is where I got myself in trouble. I'm still in trouble. I came out of the dark night of the soul. I was like, yeah, it's over. Forget it. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them all. And then I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's still over here being creepy, dude. The problem has not gone away. The problem is getting bigger. He's in your way. He's going to be there in the morning when you go down there. So then the question is, do I just get out of the way and go hide in my car? Or do I sit right there and give him evil looks and go through this whole emotional roller coaster of sitting in front of the stalker? Come on, dude. What the fuck is this? I told you I was going to pack my bags and leave. They're like, no, stay here. For what? This? This is what you wanted me to have. That's what God says. I am going to sit you in the highest throne right in front of your enemies. Bro, I feel like I'm strapped to a rocket ship and I'm fucking watching these people. This is not funny. It's not funny, bro. Was there other parking spots? 1,000,001. What's my chances? 1,000,000 to 1. Come on. And then I take the elevator up all Huffy Puffy the magic dragon. And I get off the elevator and I can hear I can hear Diana screaming. Trigger type screaming. My mom screamed at me at that frequency. Type screaming at her fucking special needs kids on the other. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. There's a song to that too. Bozzy sent that. What the fuck, you guys? These people trigger me into my fucking dark night of the soul, and then I come out of it, and the problem's still there. There wasn't a problem solved. It's still there. What am I going to do about this? I think I'm losing my mind. I can't never go outside. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What, Jesus? I started a tarot the other day. When I was triggered, I was like, why do I hate them so much? Oh, God. I didn't want to fight this battle. I just wanted it to go away. Just fucking go away. Why can't you just go away? Just go away. I ran into his girl as I was coming out to go sit in my car. Come on. Oh, man. In my last video, I was talking about how much I wanted to live my dream in a trailer in the woods. Oh, man. It's not funny. Still stuck in hell. I thought I woke up in a better place. I mean, I woke up. It's still in hell. I don't even know what to do. I'm just holding all my cards like, help me, Jesus. I left my complaint letter inside. Fuck! I just didn't want to do this. And it's like, oh, come on. This is what happened last time. Why'd you let it go on for so long? I just didn't want to do it. And now you're gonna let it go on and just keep going on, and you're just gonna go have fucking breakfast with this guy in the morning? God damn it, Beavis. How about I don't, like, you know, I could just go sit in my car, right? And not sit outside. But then I'm restricting myself. I'm hiding. Out of fear? No. Uncomfortability? That's what Morgan said. Morgan said something totally different. I can see a bigger picture right now. What did I hear? Buddha. He always comes to me. He's so kind. You can't get rid of everything you dislike. Why would it come from Buddha? Because Buddha teaches us to be unbothered. To not change, to not worry about the circumstances outside of you. To not let the circumstances outside of you bother you. Basically. Yeah. It's a good thing I have good voices in my head and bad ones, right? Thanks, Buddha. That was a good one. It's like, you sit there, you're like, everything in this world is meant to fucking piss me off. And that's so Kobe and so Khalik. It's like, they push your buttons, bro. I'll be like, I'll master this area and this area, and then there's like, oh, but there's this new area where you're like so weak and you will fly off the fucking handles. Get a handle, please. What do we got? I don't know. That's what I grabbed. King of Pentacles. Well, anything in this deck doesn't ever come out pretty. This is a mastering of reality. Any of the kings are like a mastering of their realm. So the Pentacles is reality, the earthbound. They always say it's a significant, it's a rich man or a wealthy man, or, you know what I mean? Somebody that owns their own business and this and that. And my, like, mind your own business type. Established in the material world, firm in the material world. Could be an earth sign. What are your earth signs? Capricorn, Virgo. What's the third one? Come on. Can't remember stuff. That's what they're always trying to do. Like, you know what I mean? They wipe my memory to make me remember new stuff. I gotta know now. Why? Because it might be important on the next test. Capricorn, Taurus. Well, that was kind of easy. You damn grass feeders. What do we need to know? I don't know. There's so much to know. I'm like the only one that keeps all this shit in there. And I don't even go to school for this or get paid for this or nothing. It just literally comes to me and I have to, you know what I mean? Make a language out of it. He was talking about numerology and geometry. That's not new. Everything was meant to be hidden in plain sight. And it is. But it's not hidden to those that have the eyes to see it. It's those that are trying to break the code that are over there, shoving it at everyone. Right? So I see all the light codes. And that's the things that people study and wonder. But it reveals itself to those that are meant to see it. Only when you're able to, like, for example, I always said this in the beginning. Aliens are not going to make themselves approachable to something harmful. They can sense your intentions, just like animals, just like children. You're desensitized to what you already know when you have a gut feeling about a fucking person. when they, and that's my favorite meme. My toxic trait is believing that I can be in an animal, or I can be in a lion's den and they'll sense my energy and I'll be safe. No, it's true. When I go to the zoo, I know they can sense me. Not smell me, they sense me. And if I send off it's just energy, bro. I can do that anywhere I go. Right? Anywhere. Because I have a higher level of higher frequency, it calls back certain things of vulnerability, of course. But things that other people can't. That it'll never bring into their energy. There's people that'll never ever in this full lifetime see an eagle. Because they were never on the energetic field to make that connection in real life. That's a spiritual connection that you make through your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. It's like a mystical, those are considered mystical creatures of the highest honor for almost all the countries. Every country reveres the eagle. And I have videos of me feeding them and going to them, and I have, you know, actually a fucking eagle feather here at my altar. It's like, what kind of contraband do you have? I have an e-feather. I know that's illegal by the federal government. Is it? Yeah. You're not even allowed to possess a feather. They're with the highest honor. People will never even see them. But you see, they flock to me. Or I'm guided to them. I have so many pictures of them in so many places of where I'm at. That they're there. As well as the hawks and all of that. You know what I mean? That goes back to making the connections. Anything from the animals and stuff. You guys are trying to make a connection with mere people. You know what I mean? Just, you know, common people that you see as celebrities. You see as, you know what I mean? Larger than life people that you idolize in such ways. But it's like, you know, the real true magic isn't in people. And if it is, it's the kindest of people. So, you know, breaking these codes, it's not hard for someone like us. It's not about logic. The Spirit gives us understanding to all things. It breaks it down to us in a childlike form where it's so simplistic and yet everybody else can't see it. Really? Yeah, that's the language of the divine. It's like, God, make it make sense. Well, sit down, my friend. Let me explain this in a Jesus-like way. Let me tell you like I told Jesus. That's how I hear it. I'm like, no, that's a dumbass answer. I don't like that answer. Well, that's the truth. You don't like the truth, do you? Nobody ever does. God speaks to me in truth, and I expect people to speak to me in truth. I hear dogs barking in an unhealthy way. And kids screaming. We had that happen today, and when I was here too, there was the dog attack. Remember that? Whoosh. That was her dog. I forgot about that. I judged her. I need to tell her I'm sorry and I judged her. I need to tell her that. I judged her. I immediately changed my judgment, but I did. I had false judgment against the owner of the dog that attacked that child. I really did. I switched my judgment quite quickly, but I still did. I need to tell her that. Why? Because I feel it's heavy on my heart. I feel it. Now that it's come to the surface, I must atone for this. She doesn't know that I was thinking bad about the situation, and I haven't seen her with her dog ever. She has no more dogs. Somebody took away all her dogs. So, whatever, I have to tell her that I was wrong. I was ignorant, and when I heard what happened, I thought it was your fault. And I said they should take your dog. And I don't know what happened, but if I had anything to do with that in my thoughts, I apologize. Really? Yeah. True story. Really? Yeah. So that triggered that. And that's what it is. It's like, oh, I heard some dogs barking and I realized I was wrong. Anything, dude. The Holy Spirit can be like, oh, trigger a fucked up memory or something. Something you need to work on. That's cool. I mean, in essence, like, there's these opportunities where you're like, oh, you gotta go, you know, do the right thing. Alright, King of Pentacles. It is said he can hold the calm. Composed gaze longer than any marble statue. I feel like I could outstare you forever. Some leaders in this world have to earn their crown. Nothing is handed to them. Their fortune are built very carefully, planning and shrewd judgment. There is a weakness in those who have adapted such discipline, but they know the true value of every stone in their kingdom. The king will allow no shortcuts, no shirking of duty. He advises... I'm seeing Kobe all the way, and he was a super Virgo. No shirking of duty. He gives advice freely to those who seek his wise counsel. As his neighbor prospers, so too shall he. Keyword: wily businessman, wise use of resources, succeeding through hard work, materialism. Told you. Gives a good story to it. Here's a little story. Let's get a little deeper on that. Why? I don't know, because there's so many layers to this energy. We can, like, really tear it apart. How far? Let's go. You want to go? You want to go? You want to see what the secrets behind the King of Pentacles really means? I don't know. Let's find some more cards. I don't know. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this dude? I really don't want to, you know, act a fool. I acted foolish yesterday enough, don't you think? Realistically. It's just, you have some nerve, bro. And that's what happens, is you get pushed into a corner, and then you'll tend to attack. So that's where I'm like, Alright, first off, we're going to find out who the King of Pentacles is in this card, so we can find the planetary energy, because we're learning that as we go, shall we? Yes, let's keep going with that. Oops. A card flipped. What was it? I said, look at the card that we flipped. What was it? The Lovers. Seriously? Love it. Okay, move on. Let's talk about this King of fucking Pentacles. Let's get to know the King of Pentacles. I said that. Oh my god, Becky. I manifested a King of Pentacles. Well, I mean, not really. Yeah, hopefully. I said the Lover's card. I said, I think I need an earth sign to ground me. Oh shit, what did I call in? Oh shit, it's right here again. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is that the king? Oh shit. Who did I call in? Do you guys know who that guy is? Oh shit. Oh shit. Is that Saturn? Son of a bitch. Who was Saturn? I think it was Zeus. No, that was Jupiter. Come on. Oh shit. What did I call in? Watch your words. Damn, bitch. I called in something. Subconsciously. Oh shit. Where am I? Looking for Pentacles, Cups. I'm always doing this. Do you know how much time I spend? It's Saturn, obviously. Saturn is a large, gassy... It's pushing my limitations. They do. Push. Push back. Oh, very gassy. Full of fucking hot air. Really? Yeah, you can see it exhibited. This fucking energy fucking explodes inside of me. Gassy planet with an atmosphere mainly of hydrogen and helium. Yeah, that's that giggle you hear come out of me. The famous rings stretch around 1,000 kilometers, or kilometers. Wait, is that kilometers? Kilometers? How long? Lewis! Can somebody call in the Brit? 8. How much is a kilometer? And are made up of mostly ice. Ice cold. The Roman god Saturn was the father of Jupiter. See? I'm going to your daddy. Ooh, who's your daddy? There goes the helium. Who's your daddy? That is hilarious. Hey, did you hear me the other day? I said I would never call anybody daddy, but technically calling Daddy Yankee daddy is not dirty until I say it. Oh man, I'm having a moment. Well, it's a better moment than the last one. Who's your daddy? I gotta look this up. I'm really interested now. Why? Because Lilith had a sting. With who? Him and his son. Okay, hold on. We're piecing together time here. Put time together here. Who's your dad? He doesn't know. Daddy wasn't there. Alright, the Roman god Saturn was the father of Jupiter and had a rather bad reputation as a devourer of his own children. I know that guy. Who's that guy? Fucking Cronus, dude. Cronus. Which I already knew the story. So what devoured Solomon? God. Is that the true story? I don't know the biblical stories. Remind me here. Oh God. Where is that in the book of the Bible? All over? It's in all of those books. King Solomon and his tomb and all of that. Who killed Solomon? It was it was Professor Plum in the fucking conservation with the fucking candlestick. Come on. Dude, this is always some bullshit. Anyway. Can somebody get Google this, please? Christian.
What?
Can you Google something for me?
What?
Who killed King Solomon? Yeah. Alright. Moving on. The King of Pentacles is equally powerful ruler, but usually more...
He wasn't killed.
He wasn't killed? What happened to him?
He died of old age.
Oh. Who was his father? Who do you pray to, God? I don't know. There's a story in there in the Bible, and they're going to make us read it. Really? You don't know the story? Not right now. I don't. I'm trying to dig deeper than the Bible. I'm in the stars, not in the Bible. Oh, God will show me if I ask him. Give me a second. The King of Pentacles is equally powerful ruler, but usually more benefit in his kingship. He is canny and knowledgeable in deploying his physical and financial resources, as we can call on his hard-head business sense to keep us on track. Page 55. I've been seeing those all day today. Really? Yeah. Well, God's planning something, and it has to do with pushing... I don't know. We gotta go deeper. I mean, what do you know about Saturn? Saturn pushes all the limits. Saturn is... If there was a planet that Lilith ruled over, it would be Saturn, because that's what I do all the time, is push all the limits. I say I'm pushed by the planet, but perhaps more of the planet. In essence, if you haven't noticed, first you become all of the cards, right? All of the suits. And in becoming all of the suits, you become all of the signs of the astrological signs. By becoming all of that, you become the divine masculine and the divine feminine. By becoming all of this, you also fill up your natal chart. To say that I'm only the goddess of the moon is bullshit, because I'm full Jupiterian. But I'm full of love as Venus. But I'm full of genius as Neptune. And I'm always pushing the limitations in, with Saturn. I'm always letting things die through Pluto. I'm always taking action through Mars. I'm full of communication of Mercury. And I am full of sunshine. I am a whole planet. I am a balanced galaxy inside of myself. And as it moves around me, it moves through me, and it makes me move with the galaxy. And that's being one, the full oneness, and the flow of the oneness. And how it projects, how all of time and space outside of us projects into our real life world. So what I'm saying is, it's actually a person. Easily to say me as a person because of my masculine energy harnessed, but if I'm in this energy is reflected back to me. in the real world. Do you understand the mirror effect? Or am I helping you to understand why I am an energy reader? Why I do this all day and every day? Because first off, I'm not staring at the skies or the sky or anything. It's happening through me in the real world. So, example, Scorpio, right? Mars are played out. You know what I mean? Pluto. All of these people are played in my energy. They're actual people. Some of them literally line up with the signs, but they line up with the planets. So when the planets move and the signs move, they come into my life. Do you realize this? Do you realize the effect of the universe on your life? And how if you're not harnessing or understanding that it is the universal energy and starting to, ride it, that you get trampled by it, and you'll keep getting trampled by these planets and this movement every time it comes, because it's on a cycle called the wheel. And I'm trying to explain this. This is the same time. Time is non-existent. We're just in different forms. This is the same time that mankind has always experienced at this time of the year. Year after year, it'll always feel like this. The planets are on a schedule. Everything is moving in time, right? So on this day, and that's what I shared today, and that's why it's very important to start paying attention to these patterns. We're on patterns in our lives during this lifetime, but the patterns of this lifetime are lifetime patterns that we still haven't broken since the beginning of time. We're just here in another form, playing out time again. As time plays, it's playing through us. We can break time by doing something different. Otherwise, we just follow the pattern of time. Every day on October, what is today? 21st, which is the new moon for us. Today we have a new moon, so it's an opportunity to be new. But every day on October 21st, given the alignments of the planets and everything that's going out there, it's pushing the same energy, that it'll be the same energy on every October 21st for the rest of time. If we learn how to act differently in this energy, then we change time. Everybody else will keep doing what this energy makes them do. We have an ability to change time by just knowing what it's doing. They're controlled by it. That's the matrix of time. People are controlled by something they don't know, and I know what it is. What is it? It's the planet's influence. So starting today, they called it the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. They have a definition for this time. During this time, people act a certain way. We can go with the flow of how people act to catch, and that's where I do it right now. I have to ride these waves to catch them, to document them, to see what people do, to see what happens during this time, so that next time we can do it better. Time moves too fast for me to catch all of it, because not only am I watching it, but I'm experiencing it. We have to experience it to know what it does to us, what this time of year feels like, what it brings out in us, what it makes us do. Then we have these almanacs, right? Or if you can look back in all of these scriptures of this is that time. So we're never lost. When these things are happening in our lives, we know this is the time. And we're prepared. We have a higher knowing. We're more emotionally prepared for what this day brings. We know that this day, by the definition of this day, by the pattern of this day and the planets that are outside, this is the best day to plant our seeds. of change. What did I do? Something brave. And I spoke a lot of words of what I wanted in my future and what I wanted my future to look like. Today and other days, I've been speaking it. I'm planning my future. Instead of saying, you know what I mean, what it won't look like and that it's always going to look like, this is what I want it to look like. This is what I'm going to create. And I said it in my last video. It's going to look like something nobody else wanted and nobody else had. But in essence, it's not true. It's what we always searched for in the beginning that you've long forgotten, which is the adventure of life. Why leave the garden? So I sit here and I run through life, the adventure of life, to bring you what? Back to the garden. But in order to break out of there and get back to the garden, where God's taking care of you, where I usually sit at, you have to break out of time. You have to go back through time, erase time to go back to God. How? One thought at a time. The way you think. That's it. Time has had an effect on you. What effect? Well, I mean, it wears the body down. Yeah, whatever. The packaging. Wear and tear. It wears down your mind. You get weak in your resolve. It's like you be wanting to do some shit, but then you'll think your way out of it. Your limited mind is what limits your spirit. You say that you're too old, you're too this, and you start believing it. You have to act your age, you can't do such things, this, that, and the other. Look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, shit. Well, let's finish what we got on our plate, and we'll move on to what they just gave us to eat. Alright, so that's what Saturn is. Let's go over here. Going from the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Cups, to the King of Swords to the King of Pentacles. It's a lot of shifting in the masculine and feminine energy. Somebody else would read this and say that you are doing a bunch of work and your man is doing a bunch of work. No, I, the nurturer, the divine feminine inside of myself, am shifting the divine masculine inside of myself. And and as I reflect this out to the world, there's a person that's doing the same thing. Why? Well, because that's how it works. Let's see. King of Pentacles, Saturn. The King of Pentacles is concerned with earthly power. He indicates a high level of maturity in dealing with material world. How have you gained practical mastery? Are you serious right now? In the sense of, I don't see it like you do. Again, I'm mastered manifestations of the mind. I told you that I was going to need more materials, right? I had material needs. So I was given a vision, and I planted that seed, and I waited for the right time, and that's what I did. And what am I doing? I don't spread myself all over the place. I plant one good seed to make that good seed grow. And so, yeah, when I came out of my dark night of the soul, before I went in, while I was in my dark night of the soul, because I finished the application this morning, and I put that in, and then I went in deeper, and then when I came out of it, it was, you're going to have an interview. Now, I said this last week, though. I said, I need to finish this, I need to do this application for fucking Target so I can get this job, for my daughter's birthday and for the future. I told myself what I was going to do and what was going to happen. And I saw it happening, and it happens. Now, did I create a job out of my head? No. All the synchronicities told me to do this. I aligned with it. So I walk past the signage, and I walk past the signage, and I go past it, and I go past it. But one day, it said, stop. Fill out this application. So I went to start the application, not realizing that I said, no, I wouldn't transfer, but I put in the application for the wrong location. So I stopped that one, and I sat on that for like a week or two, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to go back and do the right application, which was when? Today. And as soon as I did the application, they asked for a video interview that I have 48 hours to do. Obviously, I wasn't going to do that today. Tomorrow is what? A day of communications. Mercury. It's a perfect day to send out the communication. And then what happens on Jupiter? Expansion, love, great luck. Good things happen on a Jupiter. We align this. The only thing I didn't count for is I asked to go on a date on a Friday night, and I signed up to work on Saturdays. So my start date might have been too soon, but I will trust God to figure that out. Really? Yeah, because I have a date on Halloween night. Really? Yeah, I sent that intention tonight. Did you plan anything before today? Nope. I was in the dark night of the soul. I told you I wouldn't have any intentions on my life. I wouldn't be able to put my life together until the new moon, just like you. That's where you get new inspirations of what you want. So we'll ride this out till the full moon of what? November, when's the next full moon? November 6th or something like that is what they're telling me. Does that sound right? I don't know. And then by that, what? It'll be a cool, full experience that I get excited about, and then I'll start letting this experience go. Only to what? Plant a new seed for Christmas. You live like this? Yeah. It's not the way that other people live. But I live in the spiritual, and I make that reflect in my physical. Really? And so I plant big seeds for the future, but I have to plant little seeds, for us to eat on for the present. And that's how we stay fed. Really? Yeah. And that's without, that's doing all that. Now, don't forget, I also planted a seed last Thursday for housing. That's going to rise when? After the new year. I'm planting seeds for the future. They just don't all grow right now. And I have lots of work to do, lots of shadow work to do why these things happen. Am I going to make a career at Target? No, because I don't plan on living here for that long. It's a seasonal job. Right? Right. We take it by the seasons. What are we going into? The crone season? That's it. By springtime, what? We'll be full of new light, new life, ready to take on a new year. You go with it. At the same time, I'm in that New Year spirit because what? The new moon. So I did new things on the new moon. Today's you know what I mean? Or on the full moon. Was a new year, the new year for the lunar cycle. So I went all out for the fucking full moon. Now here's the new seeds for the new moon. Right? Then I have my full New Year's, which is Halloween night. So I'm celebrating that one. Right? And then I have my birthday. So it's a very eventful time of the year for me in the energy. And as well as, just cause, I guess. So there's a lot going on, even when there's nothing going on. And that's where I was like, oh God, I got out of my car and the fucking world is moving too fast for me. What is that? I don't know. Distro kid, always trying to remind me to put my music back out there. Really? They're not gonna let me not. That's all it takes, you guys. Really? If I ever so chose, if God said, hey, pay for your music and put it back out there for the world to see, well then so shall it be. And then I'm out there fucking putting all my music all over again. All that shit that set you off in the beginning 3 years ago. That you guys can't recreate. Yeah. And that's just it. I go with the flow. But at the same time, we go with it to see what, that's the thing is, what can we change about time? Little changes have huge effects. Just dropping a fucking, you know what I mean? I was going to say dropping a penny in the fountain, one wish at a time. And at the same time, I saw that it's like every dollar that I put towards my lotto. You still play? Of course I do. No matter what it says. I still play. Why? Because I'm going to win. Doesn't matter when. In order to win, I have to play. I don't stop playing because I didn't win. Do you have a gambling addiction? No. I believe in the visions that God gave me. I do not go to the fucking... I go to the casinos and don't do that. I do praises and shit like that. If I could get a good buffet, it'd be over. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. But I know that God said this. I saw that vision before I was ever spiritual. For a long, long, long time. I saw the plan on my life. Why? Because he wants me to build a better life for the future peoples. Realistically, yeah, I'm just trying to hide out in the woods in a camper. He said no. I mean, maybe, partly. That was Moses. That was Jesus. It's just the thing we do. Just, we want to be in the woods with God. We want to be on the, alone with God. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. Alright, so Saturn is doing all that. I don't know what that card is. It looks like the world card, obviously. Like, look at the picture harder. Okay, then what is this? Death? Okay. Can we get this? Yeah. Do you see what I see? First off, I know they're like very 4D, 5D, and they pop out. Do they pop out you? They do to me sometimes. Alright, so let's go into this. What card did we pull? That one first. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's the end, and all endings are new beginnings, and this is a waste of my time to read this card. The theory of everything. In a single, coherent theory that explains all phenomenon in the universe, many physicists... Alright, they caught me. Come on, leave me alone. What did I read? This could mean that you've been navel-gazing and not paying attention to your real-world responsibilities. We started this whole video with the creepo in the truck that's parked in front of my fucking spiritual praising ground. Oh yeah, Buddha said don't worry about it. Okay, I tried to remember that. See? I'm not supposed to worry about shit. I was trying to figure this out. They were trying to be like, you got off subject. What was the subject, what was the matter at hand? The guy. Should I just tell him he's freaking me out? That should go well, right? You're fucking creeping me out, bro. Can you stop creeping me out? The fuck does that mean? This is where your mind makes up this scenario. I don't even... We're supposed to be thinking about our real world, and I got totally distracted and talking about the planets and shit. What's going on in my real world? I don't know. These people, that's their world. I just live in it. Realistically, I can avoid it until I can't avoid it any longer. I feel like I could avoid it a little bit longer. What do you think? Seriously. Kobe will make me go sit down there first thing in the morning, dude. That's some bullshit. You have to face the challenge. What am I supposed to say, bro? I'm just supposed to sit there uncomfortable? Sit in my car? What am I supposed to do? Come on, Jesus. Jesus Christ. What would Jesus do? Jesus would be on the mountain. Wouldn't be part of this bullshit. Hanging out with the commoners. Just fucking sucker. Alright. And then, what do I do about the liar? She's fucking... Obviously, I said this before. You heard me say it again. I heard her screaming at her kids, bro. I've said that a million times. I forgive her because I told you I think she has a personality disorder. Or maybe I'm just projecting my own sickness onto her and making excuses. But she comes outside and she pretends to be something else. And even fucking, you know what I mean? Even, Morgan reminded me of that. And again, as I walk past her door, and she's out there, while I'm out there earlier, she's like being so fucking kind with her kids and no guys, I told you no, and no. But then you walk by and you can hear her screaming at the top of her lungs at them. I'm not here to judge. I just witness it, and I get caught up in it. Because then even like that, it's like, should you tell somebody? What am I going to tell somebody? that she's trying to be the best mother she can, but she's all fucked up and I don't know what's up. I don't want to get caught up in people's lives so much, bro. I have to focus on my own, and that's what happens. I get caught up, bro, in everything that's going on around me, and I'd be like, shut down. It shuts me down real hard. Really? Yeah, let's just be honest. She had me feeling so fucking sorry for her that I was ready to fight all these big-ass battles. But if you could scream like that at your kids, then why don't you scream like that at these people? Why do I have to fight your battles? I have my own battles to face. Which is, what did I get out of it? First off, I'm not telling people about the shit that's going on around here, obviously. And for good reasoning. Why? Because then I look like the fucking tattleteller. And nothing fucking, you know what I mean? And, well, it's not that nothing changes, but it's just like, I got all this heat on me, and I'm just running around playing fucking, you know, fucking mall cop. And like he just said, you can't eliminate everything that bothers you. I'm in a bothersome place. A place that I was okay with when I wasn't bothered by it, but now it's becoming bothersome to me. And I have to learn not to run away from what bothers me, but learn not to be bothered by it until it's, you know what I mean? Just like fucking, that's exactly what Morgan said. It's like, you need to be able to sit still. She knows me too well. I have a quick fuse. I will walk out so fast on anybody, anything, anytime, anywhere that bothers me. This situation bothers me, and I don't want to be bothered. My peace means everything to me. And if I can't have it, I will find it. I will go to all means for peace, because peace is happiness to me. If I don't have peace, I don't have a peace of mind, which means there's no peace in my life. I have a very temperamental mind that is very triggered and dangerous, and I need to have peace. And that's where it goes back to the Queen of Cups. She's usually at home or in nature. I can't get caught up in it because I get too caught up in it. I care too much where I'm over here, you know what I mean? Triggered by what you're doing is reminding me of my own pain so badly that I can't even focus. I deal with my own pain as I deal with my own pain. I don't need it to be pushed harder by anything else outside of me. You know what I mean? And then in trying to fight my internal battle, I end up fighting something outside of me. Is how this projection plays. You know what I mean? And that's where they say your inside reflects on your outside. Right? So these repressed memories and experiences are played out again in my life outside of me for me to recognize and stop. Right? But all of my reactions to how to stop these things are not always healthy. And that goes back to, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of mean thing do I have to say to you to get rid of you? That's not healthy. And do I want to get rid of you? Or I just want you to stop bothering me? I don't want to get rid of people. I just don't want to be bothered by them. And yet, everything they do bothers me. I like people until they start to bother me. And so, you know, Buddha comes in and he's like, you got to be unbothered. And I work at that, and that's what we're supposed to work at, because we can't run away from the problems because the problems are there. These type of people are everywhere. If these type of people bother you, you got to learn to be less bothered and see what it is about the people that bothers you. Because you can't avoid being bothered, you know what I mean? You have to not be bothered. There's things out there that are just irritating. And you have to learn how to, you know, alchemize that feeling. So in essence, that's the most Buddhistic thing he's ever asked me to do. Because that's what I do every morning. I sit under that tree on my little thing, and that's where those pictures are. I sit under that tree, and I burned my sage, and I mean, literally, I took a break for like maybe an hour and sat in my car for the first time today, and now I'm back at, because I don't like to burn off my battery, and that's why my battery keeps burning. And so he wants me to sit there and be unbothered in my sacred space, even though I'm being bothered in my sacred space. I've created this as my sacred space, but realistically, it's be able to have that sacred space anywhere you go, where the outside isn't taking away from your sacred space, your time, and the space that you're in. And that could be really good for some of you that work in I'm seeing people that work in a cubicle or work in an office atmosphere that have like maybe office bullies and shit. Like, they're always bothering you. You've got to learn to be unbothered by the bullshit. They're going to keep pushing on you. Right? Some people will do that. In this particular instance that I'm talking about, your work bullies and shit. They're going to keep bothering you because they keep getting a rise out of you. When it no longer bothers you and you just sit there staring at them real creepy like at the fucking cafeteria table like I'm supposed to do tomorrow, and you're no longer bothered, it starts to really bother them. And they're going to go bother somebody else. That's how I have to handle this for right now. Because I didn't do what I was supposed to do, which was turn in that complaint and say he's bothering me. But then, do I really need to complain, or do I just need to handle this? Do I need to handle it loudly with my mouth and with my actions? Or can I sit there very calmly in my spirit and send out the right fucking frequency that he'll never bother me again? And that's really kind of what it is. And there are those people where you want them to stop bothering you. You want them to literally go away. Like, you have no business. And then there's those that, like the people we love. Like, I love Bobby to death. I don't mean to push him away. I just don't want to keep hurting. I don't want this karma. I don't want to deal with this. In essence, it's like all I want is to be with you. And that's the exact reason why I push you away. So there's those situations that you need to catch yourself in. But then there's these situations where it's like, I want nothing to do with you, and I need to make sure that you make this is clear. Like baby daddy, like, whoever that person is, it's like, no. This isn't a front. This isn't a maybe a yes. This isn't a, oh, we maybe have a chance. The closer you get, the more you try, the better that your chances are. No. It's no chance in hell. We're in hell, and you have no chance. I told you that very kindly the first time. The kindest way I could possibly say in the most Jesus form. It's very nice, but no. I'm a priestess. And I apparently only want to give my body in that way to one man. So apparently I'm a one man type chick if we were to talk about my sexual behaviors. But no, I have trauma and I don't want to think about this. Go away. I don't ever think about it unless I'm with that man, so go away. I don't want to think about this. As I said it, like, whatever nice way I did say it. And it wasn't nice. You try to say it nicely, and it's like, no. You want my dick. No, I don't. I don't want your dick, dude. Stop trying to give me your dick. I did not ask for your dick. She might be asking for it. I might misunderstand. I don't know what kind of mixed signals she's sending to these motherfuckers. Because she'd be like, yeah. And that's what fucking Morgan was like, bro. If she got in the truck, she'd probably get out with more than trauma. I was like, oh, fuck. Shut up, bro. And that's where it is. I get too caught up with you fucking liars. So, going back to it. Sorry. They pulled me out of that. They put me back in the real world. They're like, hey, deal with your real world shit. What are you going to do with it about this problem? Is it really a problem? Can you handle this problem? Is it as big as you thought it was? It was pretty big in my head. It blew my mind away yesterday. And now you're asking me to just sit here and puff the magic dragon? Yeah, with that shiny star on my back? I told you there was a blinking star. You're going to sit under that star with me? Okay, I dare you. Double dog dare you, douchebag. It's the Star of Cyrus. I don't know what star it is, but it's going to get you. Really? Yeah, it has an effect. These planets, bro. You feel so weak in your skin. You're like, oh, I can't fight this battle. You're like, I'm not going to. I'm going to spiritually attack. I'm calling in the spirits to take care of this shit. Really? Yeah, let God take care of your battles, bro. Really? Nope. I'm not even, dude. I tried to do this before. I'm not doing this anymore. Why? I'm not trying to change it. It needs to fall apart. It's not in a place of change. You can't patch this place up together. The whole thing is falling apart. Let it fall apart. I'm not trying to fucking fix it. I'm trying to get out before it fucking falls apart. Really? Yeah. The fucking tower is going down. Really? Promise. Promise. Alright, where were we talking about? The universe and shit. The theory explains all phenomenon in the universe. Many physicists, including Einstein, have tried to and failed to find the TOE, and it remains the scientific equivalent of the Holy Grail. What was the TOE? What does that mean? The theory of everything. TOE. The theory of everything, and it remains the scientific... Okay, the Holy Grail? I'm telling you everything. It's not a theory. It's everything. What do you want to know? I'm telling you everything. Can you tell me why? I have some questions myself, you know, about your world. I'll tell you everything about the other worlds. Tell me what the fuck is going on in this world. What the fuck is this? What am I looking at right now? I have those moments so much throughout the day. Don't turn on the phone. I get very confused. It should be you know, there should be... It's not. If you let me, the Holy Spirit, in like this, to see such graphic images and stuff like this, you let children on the internet like this, there's no restraint. You guys are so... It's dangerous. You're a bunch of Lilith. It's like I'm looking at myself. It's like, oh God, I hate myself, and oh God, I see now. I see the error of my ways. Try to help them. I can't help them. They're not listening. They're just like me. Really? Yeah, you are cursed and damned in all kinds of destruction. Really? You really are. You're filthy fucking sinners. You're never gonna make it into the kingdom like this, guys. I don't want to be that Jesus person. I'm trying to show you in the kindest way. And then afterwards, I'm like, fuck, you're just gonna burn here. I'll see you in the next life. Really? Mm-hmm. Why? I don't know, because I like hell. It seems to be extremely entertaining to me. You can see me in heaven, I get bored. I find it so much more entertaining watching people suffer. Sorry. The Judgment card shows the process of waking up to the world beyond limits, and the world shows the next step. Well, we went through Judgment. Did you guys make it through Judgment? I told you it was going to happen. Really? Yeah. The last of Libra season. We're going through Judgment. And then what happens? Scorpio, death. Is that the death card? all deaths are a new beginning. I told you this. Stupid. Really? They're never telling me anything new. Really? Not really. They told me I had a date. That was pretty new. That's cool. I'll have plenty of candy. Why did I say that? Because I heard, pour some sugar on me. I could be as creepy as I want on that day. Really? Yeah, I'll even draw a pentagram for fun. Everybody will be out creepy. Nobody will even know I'm a creep on that night. I can do the creepiest things on that night. I love it. I get to be me. Alright, going back. Yeah, the world. The world shows the next step. Accepting the paradox of our limited existence in an unlimited universe. I tried to tell you. Traditionally, the world shows a naked, androgynous figure dancing in space. That would be me. They got you on camera, Lilith. Bound by a circular wreath. The world dancer demonstrates the ability to live happily in the material reality while being aware of the unseen and limitless levels of being. I was like, yeah, that's me. Just me. There's nobody like me. Really? Not yet. You haven't learned it. You're still working through the layers of what it takes to be you. You still have the Lilith, the dark Lilith. You haven't incorporated the light. Once you integrate your dark feelings, you'll be filled with your light feelings. So once you integrate your dark feelings, you'll be put back into the graces of God. I want to say you'll become a Shekinah, but you'll become Jesus. Really? Yeah, because that's the form of mankind that we become. We become Christ-like. Yeah? Yeah. That's how it happens. But you got a long way to go, my friends. You got a lot of thoughts and feelings to work through, as I do too. But each time you do it, you're more and more free. Really? Freedom. Well, let's go through the death of the old. I'm pretty sure that's the death card. It's not judgment. Nope. I'm sure it's the death card. Why? Because all things must die. You can look at it. Matter and antimatter. Every particle has a corresponding antimatter particle. Antimatter has the opposite charge to ordinary matter. For example, what? Thanks. He gave me the charger. He's probably telling me something I need to know. For example, the negatively charged electrons have positive antiparticles known as a positron. Okay, I don't remember any of that. When a particle meets its antiparticle partner, they annihilate each other. That's me and Wolfman. We annihilate each other. Or me and fucking Russ. We annihilate each other. Each other's pure energy. This energy goes on to form another particle. Oh, we gave birth to a child. There's a theory, which is what? Mankind. There is a theory that in this very early days of the universe, there was almost equal parts of matter and antimatter. But because there was slightly more matter, it quickly annihilated all the antimatter, and we ended up with a universe composed solely of matter. That's it. You guys in your material world, only things that matter. We might like the idea of vanquishing physical death in the same way that matter destroys antimatter. But would it really be so great? Matter and antimatter may annihilate each other, but out of that combustion comes new energy and new forms. This is like exactly the twin flame journey. It's like annihilating, but then it, like, you keep thinking it's gonna die, and then it just keeps transforming, mutating into something more loving, more compassion, more understanding, more forgiveness. It's a whole annihilation of love. It's just like, die. It doesn't die. It just multiplies. This is a particle of constant, that's what it is. I tried to love you, and this didn't work, so now I want it to die. And then trying to love you just makes me full of love, and now it's just all over the place. I can't get rid of this love. It's just all over the place. This is a particle of constant dance of change that is our universe. And the death card represents the destruction. I fucking said it to him. I told him straight up the truth. I was sure of it. I was like, if I meet up with you, this is going to work. I was sure of it. It'll make it end forever. This is the end of the contract. All I got to do is do this, and it's over, and it'll go away, and it'll be over forever. No, bro. As soon as it happened, then came all this extra, make it blow your mind type bullshit. No, next level shit. Like, oh God, I didn't stop loving you. It's just getting harder. This is terrible. In trying to create distance, we only become closer. Does that make sense? It's so weird. I feel this card in this whole description right here. As human beings, we are constantly changing and adapting to our environments. But paradoxically, we also resist change. See what I mean? I'm trying to move away from you, but still somehow moving closer to you. This isn't working. Even if the change is for the better, it often, that's what I mean, is by running away from you, I keep running into you. So then I ran at you to get away from you, and that didn't work either. You can't control this. I'm trying. I'm trying everything. I'm Einstein over here with all the potions and all the fucking variables and every book of science trying to fucking figure out how to break this code. What the fuck is this? Do you want to break it? That's the funny part. Do you want it to end? No, I just want it to be something better than what it is. I don't like what it is, but this is what it has to be for it to become what it's supposed to be. This ugly mutating thing that it is, and that's the butterfly stage. I don't want to hear it. My twin flames' journeys are dirty pus buckets in a cocoon of below the earth for 17 years. Aren't they beautiful? I feel like fucking Hannibal Lecter with the goofy guy that was growing moths. They were pretty. I understood the intensity of what he was doing later. Why? Because he was growing beautiful night butterflies. I don't really like them. There's a time of season in Colorado. They're called the Miller moths. They're fucking huge, and somehow they get all inside your house. And they you turn on a light and they're flying everywhere. The kids and the dog goes crazy every time. And it's my job to eliminate these guys. I don't even know where you came from. I don't even know how you got here. Why are you so big? I can hear you flapping. I can hear you flapping, dude. You sound like a bat in the house. Really? Yeah, that's moths. Damn it. How do we get to the end, guys? Can't rush perfection. Shut up, Cubby. I don't like you. I don't like these steps. I don't like time. I already seen how this ends. How do we get to the ending? The good stuff. The happy ending. Massage it better. Shut up. This is... The way you guys are going, it's literally going to take 55 years to have a happy life. Gosh. I mean... I've seen how this works. It's taking forever, though. Who knew it was going to be this much work? I knew when I got that vision it was too much. This is just forever. Even if the change is for better than what comes... Okay, what? As human beings, we are constantly changing and adapting to our environments, but paradoxically, we're resisting the change. Even if the change is for the better, and it often comes in a certain amount of resistance. Perhaps because change is essentially a form of death, and it reminds us that of our own mortality. Well, we have to have the death of the old us to let the new us. And why don't you get that? Why am I the only one that gets this? I'm going to go back to what he said all those years ago. Why does somebody have to give up their life for you to feel loved? You have to give up your life to have my love. And for all of you out there, to experience this kind of love, you're going to have to give up your life. Because if you had it in your life, you wouldn't be looking for it. You'd already have it. You wouldn't have to. But in the pursuit of love, you're going to have to give up everything. And that's what I've done. I can't tell you there's another way because that's the only way. You do the things your heart tells you, and that's out of love. And you fight the mind. And by doing that, you end up losing your mind and everything that you thought was important to you. But what you gain is love, all the way along the way. You think that it looks like this, but it doesn't. For example, today, Morgan told me something that I never heard before, which was a certain amount of love that I've never received. That's a higher level of love that I've never received. She said to me, what happens to you and your kids matters to me. It matters to me. You guys matter to me. Right? That's a higher level of love for me. Then I had, she also came later to check on me. But I had other people that checked on me throughout the day. you know, the love I give to others, I actually receive back now in different ways, right? And that's because, you know, I became more giving, but also open to receiving. So, you know, like earlier, Tasha, it was crazy. I knew it was happening. I had lost my yellow lighter. I had my orange lighter. I usually have a lighter that lasts for a month. Really? Yeah. It's just me. I'm not sharing with anyone. So I lost and I had to go back to my old lighter, and I'm like, this thing's gonna go out. I'm using it to light fires to keep my sage burning, but I'm also using it for my cigarettes that go out every fucking, because I don't puff regularly, and my weed. And I'm like, damn, my lighter's gonna go out. And I swear to God, every person, and it happens because we all have the same problem. Our lighters went out. So everybody's been asking me for a lighter. Literally, I swear to you, for 2 days. And I'm like, my lighter's gonna go out. So today, Tasha was right there, and she came up to me, and she's like, can I use your lighter? I was like, I swear to God, I'm not being mean. It's gonna go out. It was already about to go out. She's like, no, it's all good, girl. And she walked away, and I was like, damn, I didn't mean to be mean. And I went to light my cigarette, and it wouldn't light. And I was like, is this because I didn't give Tasha my lighter? And I barely got it lit. And then Tasha came up, and she gave me a lighter. She's like, here. I had a couple of them. I just didn't have one. I was like, I really needed this. I swear to God, my lighter just went out. I wasn't being mean. She's like, for real? And I was like, yes. And I could show you. It's in my purse. My lighter was going out. But I gave what I could. I gave you my last flick. And even then, at my last flick, my spirit said I finally had to say no. I knew I only had one more flick of that fucking wrist, dude. But I gave until I couldn't give anymore. And that's what I said now here's the awful part. When I went to buy my cigarettes today, my spirit said buy a lighter. Because I already knew this was coming. But I didn't. And I was like, I need to buy a lighter. She's like, I just didn't give in. I was like, well, one of us are going to have to give in. And I was going to give in. And I didn't give in. And then it was given to me. She gave me a lighter. And it has some writing on it, too. And you're like, it's just a lighter. When you don't steal lighters, it means something. Yeah, you guys walk around stealing people's lighters, so you have like 15 of them. I don't steal people's lighters. I keep my own to myself, and I let people use it, and I keep it, and it lasts for so long, and then I have to replace it. It's just something insignificant to someone like you that doesn't smoke, but it's part of my day-to-day ritual. It's part of, I need this when I leave the house. So, you know, something like that. And then another thing happened yesterday, just being a little too extra. I couldn't get up to go to the dispensary. I didn't have it in me to go. And there's a dispensary that I normally go to that's like, you get real ass fucking cool ass buds for $6. And then there's one behind me where you get fucking shake ass fucking leaf ass shit for $6. And in that moment, I'm like, I can't get to my dispensary. And Diana's like, you could go to the one up the street. And I didn't even think of that because I couldn't think. And I was like, oh yeah. But then I didn't have the willpower to even walk. I had already walked to all these stores around me. I'd gone shopping, used the little willpower I had to go get the kids' stuff. And I went to get a pack of cigarettes, and I couldn't walk back up that hill. While I was at the fucking buying a pack of cigarettes, my neighbors, some of the men that live here, asked me to go in that dispensary and buy them a joint because they don't have IDs. So I went in and I did the right thing. So then I'm sitting there on my porch and I'm tired and I can't do it. And she's like, if you watch the kids, I'll walk for you. I was like, that's the most amazing thing. And then she goes, this is a true story. She goes and she comes back and I roll up the joint and we're sitting there and somebody else comes up and she's like, girl, can I use your lighter? I was like, yeah, I told you they didn't have lighters. And I give her the lighter and I was like, she's like, you guys want to smoke? Or she was showing us her smoke. She's like, you guys want to smoke? She's like, I always have smoke. If you ever need smoke, dude, I always have smoke. I was like, dude, where were you a minute ago, dude? I really needed smoke. She's like, I told you, Diana. She's like, you did, I forgot. And I was like, well, you didn't tell me, and now I know. And that's where it was. It's like, I didn't ever need to leave. I have help here. I have support. I have, you know what I mean? Something I never really had before. And that's where the Holy Spirit was earlier. Don't run away. just because things aren't very comfortable. I know it sounds sad, but I never had support. I never had people that I could turn to when I needed a cigarette, or a lighter, or some weed, or anything. Anything. You know what I mean? It sounds funny, but I enjoy coming in. Not everybody likes the food, and I don't eat all the food, but I enjoy the fact that I can go downstairs and they feed me. Nobody's ever fed me. And sometimes the food is really good, and I enjoy that. I enjoy being fed. I enjoy walking in and they have donations of sweets that I can bring home to my family. These are all things that, like, you know what I mean? I used to have to go and, get all this stuff all the time for myself and for my family. And now I'm in a place where I get to receive the things I never got before. You heard me yesterday how I was excited that I needed jeans, and there they were. And they weren't just jeans, but they were like name brand jeans. And here you go, and they're in your size. Ask and it shall be given. It's not the same as sitting there with a sign, you know what I mean? Feel sorry for me, I'm struggling and I need you to pay my bills. It's not depending on people. It's depending on God. It's a very different energy. And he told me I could trust him. And then he shows me that I can trust him. I won't live here forever. And I won't, you know what I mean? They won't be doing this. But it's nice. It is something to be grateful for when you never had it before. When I went to the last shelter in Arizona, I was so grateful for a bed, for a shower, for food, for air conditioning. You know what I mean? They didn't have internet. That became a quick problem, but we figured it out right away, and it's that very thing that my kids are using right now. This. They didn't have internet, so we got internet there, and I get to carry it, and every year I get 500 gigs of internet that keeps our phones running anywhere we are, And I was so grateful. I was so exhausted from trying to meet my own needs and my family's needs. We'd been camping. We'd been outside. It had been too much. I was really grateful to have help along the way. I gave up my life for help. And that's all I ever needed was a little bit of help. But I was too proud to ask for help. So I killed myself. Trying to do everything by myself. And I looked very admirable doing it, and I liked the pride of being able to say that I did it, but it killed me. And I really was just too proud to say I need some help. If I would have had a little bit of help at any time in my life, I think I would have been a lot more happier, a lot more healthier, a lot more successful. And that's where this masculine mindset kind of holds me back, saying that I don't need anybody, but that's all I really do need. I don't need you to do what all the things, just supportive help, little things. I didn't need much yesterday when I was having the hardest day of my life, and again today. As the energy burns down. Hold on, guys. Let me switch the camera here. But sometimes we're just, and when I started this, I have the videos to prove it. I couldn't ask for help because I was sure they'd say no. In my mind, I was positive it was always a no. So I wouldn't even ask. I was programmed. It was always going to be a no, so don't even ask. Why? Because everybody always told me no. The people closest to me were never as giving as I was. You know what I mean? Mr. Plum, no. Mr. Plum was always a yes. And I didn't try to take advantage of that, and I felt bad about the fact that he was the only person I could turn to, and I needed to turn to him so much. And I just wanted to pay him back for everything. That's all I wanted to do was pay him back. My brother helped me out along the way, and I felt obligated to pay him back. I had got my taxes, and he's trying to get a house, and I was going to send him my whole amount of money. And my spirit said, no, you don't have to take care of him anymore. You don't have to pay him back. You've done plenty for him. You don't have to pay him back for helping you once in your life. And it was true. I never pulled that card on anyone else. I never asked anyone for help. I really didn't. And when people started helping me, I didn't know how to accept it. I would just cry like a baby. I didn't know what to do. Nobody's ever helped me before. Thank you. I'm still not really good at it, but I'm learning it. So when these guys try to come in and be controlling, it's like it's not a good look. If you want to help me, that's fine. You're coming off controlling. And that's the opposite. You know what I mean? That's triggering. You know, and I'm going to say this quite truthfully. Russ never comes off as, I want to help her. He says he's doing it out of love, and he's doing it for all these reasons. He's not doing it to make her life better. He's doing it because it's a responsibility. For her or for his family. You know what I mean? Because if he wanted to help somebody, there's lots of people that need help. But that was hard for me. Because everybody that, you know what I mean, that was supposed to be there, that was supposed to be supportive roles in my life, used whatever they did for me against me, as power over me. So I didn't want people to have power over me by just helping me. So I'll just do it by myself. I don't want you to be like, oh, you know, she wouldn't be here without me. And even my mother-in-law, you know, former mother-in-law, did that to me. I had to put all pride aside, and actually ask this bitch for some help, bro. I'm struggling. I finally come to you. And I asked her, and I didn't even ask her for money. I gave her the numbers if she could just pay a couple of my bills. I'm struggling, dude. I'm seriously struggling. I've never asked you before. She did it, but then she threw it in my face later. And that was pretty harsh. And that's just kind of what it is. It's like, fuck. I don't believe in no strings attached. Shit like that. It was really hard. So, you know, becoming the Empress, as much as you think it's just, you know, oh, you're in that Empress energy, it's hard. Like a day like today, I want to shut down. It's hard to be still open to possibilities when I don't see any. And I'm feeling, you know what I mean? It's hard to keep that flow open. To be open to receive and open to give, even though you're really closed down inside. And you have to reopen yourself right away. You can tell when you're closed down. I can, and I'm pushing everyone away, and I'm trying to get away from people. And when you do that, you're just going back to having to reopen this door. It's like you spend all this time pulling shit out of the closet, only to turn around and shove it right back in and close the door again. It's really hard. It's like I pulled all this out and now I don't want to look at it, and I'm just going to shove it back in the closet. It's like you spent all this time pulling this out. It's hard. It's really hard. And I can see it just so much played out with, like, you know what I mean? The twin flames. It's like I try so hard to get close to you. But my old way of life stands in that. And that's what it is I had to let go of my life to love. My old way of life wasn't loving for me or towards anybody else. And that, you know, Bobby, it's easily the same. We could totally forget that you ever happened and say this. I can have this same war with Lewis every day. Lewis, you never have time for me. You'll never create time to love me. All I want to do is love you, Lewis. I just want to spend time going on adventures with you and learning from you and what's your favorite color? And what do you eat? And how can I, But you have no time for me, Lewis. Say the same thing to Marshall. Your life doesn't allow for me to love you or for you to love me. And we can say it about us intimately, but Lewis's life, or yours, Bobby, or yours, Marshall, or yours, Russ, and Allie over there, Sarcophagus, doesn't allow you to give love to people like you'd like to, or receive love from people like you'd like to. Marshall can't just go out and have a joyful day because of his lifestyle. He can't just go out and enjoy, a girl or any kind of outing with anyone because of his lifestyle. It's just as difficult for them to go out on a date in public with me as it is for you, Bobby. All for different reasons. It's your life, not mine. You're worried about the people outside of us. I'm not. All I'm worried about is just us. And I already had to fight through my world to get to you. Are you going to fight through your world to get to me? And that's what true love is. It makes you change. You have to make sacrifices. You have to break the rules. I wouldn't have done this. And that's what pisses. I know they watch, my ex-husbands. You never did any of this for me. And they know the truth. I didn't love them like I love you guys. And I know it too. And you ask why me? Obviously, it has nothing to do with who you are here. I got way past that. I can find reasons, but they're not superficial. They're not like... We could say that it's all how Lewis looks, but that's not what it is. He's the kindest man I've ever seen. Him and Allie, literally, they're like one of a kind, or two of a kind. Two of the kindest human beings ever created. Super kind souls. That's something I don't see around here. That's some shit I never saw before. They're beautiful because they're beautiful inside. It doesn't matter. Allie is so beautiful to me because of how soft and kind and sweet he is. And that's what I see about Lewis. It doesn't matter. He puts on nice clothes and he puts on nice stuff, but he's beautiful because he's a nice, beautiful guy. It's not his tattoos or his stuff. He has nice package, I guess. But it wouldn't say because Allie's completely built differently. He doesn't have the physique. I don't see that. If Allie and I were in an intimate moment and he's taking off his clothes, I don't see his body. It's my heart that's going off right here. I'm not looking at it. You guys see everything. You don't feel it. You see it. So sadly to say, if I was going to go and lay with you and I blindfolded you and I said, make love to me, unfortunately, even though you're with me, you would see visions of other girls because they're in your head. You wouldn't see me. You'd feel me, but you wouldn't see me. You're looking for something to look at, not something that feels good, but something that looks good. Really? Yeah. It's very superficial. I didn't think that Bobby was attractive until I saw him. And it wasn't like I just was like then he was unbelievably beautiful. And that's what happens. It's love. They call it the fucking, the love goggles. It's like, you didn't see this person? Like, you don't see this shallow Hal? No, bro. I don't see their outside, bro. I see their inside. I don't care what they look like to you. Do you know what they make me feel like? I don't care what they look like. Do you know what they make me feel like? That's when you get past the physical. When it's way past logic. When it's way past that, bro. When you're really in love, those things don't even matter. And because of that, you don't see anybody else. I didn't see anybody but me and Bobby when we're together. He looks around and I realize that there's other people, that we're somewhere, but I don't know where we are. I'm just here with you. I don't care about what's going on out there. That's their lives. I'm living my life right now, in this moment. I'm not worried about that. And then when I leave you, I worry about what happens next. How can I have more of these moments? So then the mind creates the relationship and all the barriers that won't allow this relationship. And that's what happened with each of them and what happens with them. How can I be with you? And then you sit there and you see all the limits. I stood in front of Lewis and I realized it's like, fuck. We're a world apart. He's the sun and I'm the moon. We're just traveling. And yet, we're right here. We're both right here in America. Not even far from each other. We're so close. But yet, you know what I mean? How far apart? Are we even? What sets us apart? And that's where we start to see the outside world. Well, he's rich and I'm poor. And he's black and I'm white. And he's royalty and I'm poverty. And he's this and I'm that. And so we can never be together because of all these things. But then you see all these beautiful stories where none of that ever mattered. And we live for those stories because they're real somewhere. They're not just on TV screens. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry really made it happen in front of us. He left his throne for her. So don't you fucking tell me that you can't leave your fucking wife or your job for me. Go fuck yourself. All of you. That man left his fucking throne for her. And the whole country said she was nothing. She wasn't even fucking part of their country. She wasn't even worthy. He denounced everything for love. And I don't think he regrets it. And yeah, he had to learn a new way of life and they had to run away and protect their children from everybody's fucking, you know what I mean? The lives they left. But I think they're doing all right. So don't tell me not to dream when I see that dreams come true every day. We just have to dream again and stop saying that we can't, that can't happen to us, that that's not our life, that only happens to certain people. Who are those people? Do we choose to be those people by choosing to believe that can be us? By just accepting this as a possibility, we open ourselves up to that or more. But not believing is not receiving. Got it? Cool. It's a great deck. Great things. Going back to the guy, Buddha told me what to do. So I'm going to do as I'm told. Really? Hopefully I'll sleep through and he'll be gone to work before I come outside. It's not likely. He does this every morning. Really? Y'all? Just like all fucking wake and bakers, we sit out there smoking for a while before we gotta go to work. So he does it. It just happens to fucking do it right next to me all the time. What if I... No. I was like, what if I parked my car in the back? I'm not going to the back. Bad things happen back there. There's many bad things that I'm asking for more trouble. Don't run from the problem, just face it. And as far as Diana, am I supposed to tell the crazy person she's crazy? Or just kind of, let the shit fly. Really? Yeah. Hey, did you see the progression in the cards? I just saw that. Alright, well, yeah. We made it through. Only to face another one and come up with, you know, the knowledge to make it through and get a job and a life and a house and a, you know, a fucking identity or something. I guess. Whatever you're getting out of this, I hope you're getting something good. I gotta get going. Love yous. Laters. I'm getting a meal out of this. Laters. Bye. Oops. Push the button.